lately I've been doing live streams and I get so much hate in there. And I feed off of it because I'm like, this is great for the views if I'm just cooking people. I got my TikTok stream shut down for bullying. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, join the club, man. I'm on TikTok number 5. That's what's up.
There was some dude that was talking shit. So like, typically I ignore it. But I was like, you know what, let me fuck this guy up. I'm gonna wreck this guy. So I just started calling him a loser. I started going in on his life. Like, I went low. Fuck him. Fuck them, you know?
When they go low, go lower.
Yeah, I was ready. And then my TikTok stream gets taken down. It's like, oh, for bullying and harassment. I'm like, man, you guys are soft. It sucks because like they could come at me.
Right.
I can't defend myself.
Yeah.
Otherwise I get banned. You know, and I got more to lose too. So it's one of those things where I have to just ignore it. So I've just gotten into the habit of blocking people. But yeah, people are just miserable, bro. Misery loves company.
Truly, truly. Misery does love company. It's very interesting when you find yourself around miserable people. You can feel, especially if you're somebody who's an optimist, you're somebody who's a go-getter, and you're an achiever, but then you find yourself in this environment of people who are just completely negative and they're haters. You can see the energy shift. Because you'll sit there and let's just say if it was the both of us, if I was somebody who was a pessimist, you were an optimist, and you were talking about something that you wanted to achieve, and you in your mind believe this is attainable, I'm pretty much gonna sit here and try to find everything that's wrong.
100%.
You'll sit there, try to find everything that's right. We're both doing the same thing where we're using our imagination, but we have different views on what the outcome will be. And you'll find yourself in the midst of conversation like, I don't want to be around this person anymore because you're trying to shoot down literally everything.
Well, a couple of things to add on to that. I think the reason that most people fail in life is because, David, you trying to turn that on? Yeah. It's not plugged in. Oh, it's not. And it's European. There's a European converter over there.
Oh, dude, I had one of those.
We're international in this house, man.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it going. Listen, I'm a cultured man, but yeah, so one of the biggest things, I think the reason a lot of people fail is because they're surrounded by these negative people.
Right.
And then you assimilate into the crew of people you're with. If you're around people, like 5 people that are just super positive, guess what happens? You become one of these positive go-getters, thinks they can do it. Whenever I'm around rich people, and I noticed this lately, I'm around you, I'm not saying whether or not you're rich, because I know you are. Allegedly rich. But anytime I was around a guy worth $100 million, I was around another guy who's worth a couple $1 million. And everyone is super positive. Everyone's super curious, everyone's super positive, everyone's like, yo, we should do this, we should do this. There's always 100 ideas because they look at the world as a one big opportunity.
Right.
And then you're around like broke people and they're all negative, bro. They're all like, well, you can't do it, it's not possible. And it's like, it's possible, you just don't have the mindset. And usually, typically what happens, whether you believe you can or you can't do it, whatever you think is true.
You're right.
Your perception is your reality. If I think I can do something, I'm most likely gonna end up doing it because I think it's possible and I take the steps to do that. It sets off a domino effect. Just believing something's possible, you set off a domino effect that then follows up into it becoming real. You think something is impossible, the opposite happens. You set off a domino effect and it becomes impossible for you. So people are just stuck in that fucking broke mindset. I'm really passionate about this, obviously. People are stuck in that fucking broke mindset that keeps them broke, and then they blame other people or they take it out on other people. So they'll see someone doing good, like yourself, or like me, or like David, and they'll be like, oh, you got lucky.
Yep.
You're a scammer. You're like, they'll talk shit about, you could do anything, right? The other day I donated on my live stream, I donated to Maui, shout out Maui. I donated to Maui because I was like, you know what? I like the feeling I get when I donate. It's like a selfish thing to donate because you feel good about it.
Right.
People found a way to hate on that.
Yep.
I donated, I think, $1,000 on live, and everyone in the live was like, only 1,000? I thought you were a millionaire. Why are you only donating 1,000? I'm like, motherfucker, how much did you donate?
Yep.
How many lives did you help? You know? Because I might have money, but $1,000 is still a lot. That's still what somebody might make in a week. You know?
$1,000 is still $1,000.
But people found a way to hate on it, and it really pissed me off. It got me angry. I was like, man.
That's one of the things about life. Like, and there's always going to be somebody who complains. And I'm happy that you brought up mindset because social media now, everybody talks about mindset. Like, and truly, no matter what stage of success somebody's at, as long as they're successful, it's the mindset that comes first. And it's almost to a point where it's drilled in content so often to where you feel like people keep saying the same stuff, but truly that's a blueprint. If your mindset is shitty, you're gonna have shitty results, period. That's just what it is. So ultimately, if you put your mind in an optimism sort of frame, you'll be in a situation where slowly but surely you'll find yourself on the path to success. But the people who are negative all the time, they always find stuff to hate, especially those who will hate on like donations, because I see it all the time. Whether it be a celebrity, whether it be a entrepreneur, whether it be a regular everyday person, any form of donation towards something, they'll say, oh, you could have gave more. Let's just say if I had $50,000 to my name, I donated 48,000 and I only had 2,000 left, but my living expenses are 5,000 per month. Now I'm at a deficit by the end of the month. They wouldn't say, wow, that's very honorable. You gave up 98% of your net worth to make sure those people were okay. They'll say, oh, you're stupid. Why would you give away that much money? Yeah. But if you gave away, let's say 40,000, you kept 10. Oh, wow, you could have gave away more. What do you need 10,000? The people are always going to find a way to hate. I find it so interesting, like even with whenever Bezos or Musk or whoever it may be.
I saw Bezos donated like $1 billion.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, this is only 0.0001% of his income.
You start, like, think about the type of mindset you gotta have to be somebody who starts doing math on net worth to say, oh, well, you could have gave more because this amount of money is the same equivalent to if I'm making 100,000 a year, that's just basically $1,000. That's nothing. I'm like, are you kidding? You've given nothing. You're watching somebody donate. You've donated nothing, but all of a sudden you care about my donation, let alone you don't care the fact that you did nothing. That's crazy to me. It'll never make sense to me.
Yeah, it's wild because a lot of people have that mindset too. You know, and I get it though. Like, here's the thing. It's a crabs in a bucket mentality. We've talked about it before dozens of times, but people don't want to be at the bottom by themselves.
Right.
If someone is unhappy, they want other people to be unhappy with them. Otherwise, they feel lonely, and people just want to feel like they belong somewhere. So rich people hang out with rich people because they belong there, and then broke people, negative people hang out with negative people. It almost like clusters up, right? No matter what, you'll find your little pocket of people to hang out with, to be with, people that are like you. But when I look at it, I'm like, this is why broke people stay broke. It's like, you motherfuckers are tearing each other down. Rich people collaborate, broke people criticize.
Yep.
You're at the bottom, none of you have money, and you're sitting there talking shit to each other.
Yeah, that's a bar right there, though.
That's a bar, though.
That was a bar.
So
right
it's
there.
so frustrating, bro. Like, that's the one thing I think I've realized since the last time we shot the podcast, because I've been going live more and I see it and I'm like, motherfuckers are miserable.
Right.
Get that shit away from me.